In the early 1790s, right after the American Revolution, a group of wealthy and civic-minded men met at this tavern in Medford, Massachusetts, to discuss building a canal that would connect the port of Boston to the interior of Massachusetts and New Hampshire, which at the time was our nation's frontier. To carry out this project, they formed the Middlesex Canal Corporation. The founders included rich and powerful people like John Hancock, John Adams, John Quincy Adams, and several other men from prominent colonial families. They funded the project through their own means without using any government money. The founders saw how this canal was critical to America's future prosperity. At the time, there were no roads connecting towns or Boston to the interior of our new nation. The founders' vision was to create a reliable transportation system for people and goods into the interior of Massachusetts and New Hampshire. The canal connected Charlestown, which is right next to Boston, and at the time on the ocean, to the mighty Merrimack River. It ran through several old New England towns: Medford, Woburn, Wilmington, Billerica, and Chelmsford. They broke ground in 1793 in Billerica, and it took 10 years to complete the canal. In this illustration by Thomas Dahill, we see Loami Baldwin of Woburn digging the first shovelful of dirt to create the canal. Loami Baldwin was a founder as well as the project superintendent. The canal did fulfill the founders' vision of developing our early nation. The towns along the route grew and prospered because they now had a reliable way to transport people and goods. New industries formed: shipbuilding in Medford, leatherworking and chemical production in Woburn, and manufacturing in the part of Chelmsford that eventually became Lowell. In fact, Lowell is the birthplace of manufacturing in America. Aside from this being a fascinating story, I was drawn to learn about the Middlesex Canal because I've lived near it most of my life, and all of my American ancestors came from Woburn and Lowell. The canal served as the primary means of transportation for several decades, but in the 1830s, along came the railroads, which eventually displaced the Middlesex Canal. The Boston to Lowell Railroad today runs along the very same path as the Middlesex Canal.